Hi, we're back. Right, this is the right mouse click, open box. That's the one I've just made this morning. You can make it also, ArcoLinuxB.com, and you build it and you've got yourselves the latest ArcoLinuxB open box. Topic here, before I would like to test it out in a virtual machine, I'd like to see, well, first a little ISO, right? I'd like to see that the ArcoLinux out has a package list. So this is then a button, a key binding Super 6. Voila. So from now on, the video things are gone. Just the VMware is there because of VirtualBox support, and that's it. What else is there? We have on the desktop, no, we have on the this guy, no, this guy, that guy. Okay, we don't need this. So when we compared in the vicinity of Arch ISO, we had the app stream, right? Is app stream installed by default because of the dependencies is something I'd like to be responded. So yeah, app stream is there because of dependencies. So even if you say it's not gonna be on the ISO, it's gonna be on the ISO. So in my point of view, then you better put it visually for yourself. And I know it will be installed maybe twice or something like that. From time to time that can happen, but who cares? Okay, 1 second more is 1 second more in 15 minutes or so when you build your ISO. So AppStream is going to be on there, so that's something that's is shown here. Now there were other things, but I guess we need to do a super F5 for that. A super F5, go back in time and go to this and go to that. And the one that we're looking at in previous video was this. So nitrogen, is that going to be installed? I don't think so, but let's have a look. So this is the list. Control find, nitrogen does not have any dependencies, it's not there. JQ is not there, right? And so you can keep on thinking, not that one either, not that either. These are XDO, that's something I'd like to know. XDO is not installed, unable to find XDO. So the thing is, do we need it on CHDWM? Because it's something that came in, I think, more from Xmonad, if I remember correctly, with so many 30 plus well, desktops. It gets a bit tricky remembering what is where. So Arch ISO is not on here, meaning that's the application to build an ISO. But in our scripts we have it's not there, so install. So I don't have to have it on the ISO, do I? ST is a decision. ST is not there. All ST stuff, but not ST really, right? So that's okay. All right. Yeah, lots of XFC, of course, right? Because it's all of the XFC4 stuff. At the end, you see all the XFC4 guys. And hopefully, CHDWM, right? It's there. So the last bit here. Now, in the meantime, I've reverted back to volume icon. It was actually better with volume than without. So I'm gonna change it again to a volume icon rather than PA applet git right now. Changed. And this is why it's interesting to do a git clone. I'll show you. If you do super shift enter and you say here arco CHDWM, that's how we make the build one. And if you did the git clone, you can do a git pull. And I've changed it. You can follow it. You can say right mouse click if it's installed, git ahead. Nope. Sudo pacman -s git ahead So all the XS's and the B's are all minimal. So if you're missing something, it's up to you to install it. Okay, what did I change? Oh, the other one. White is better. Voila. Just a few seconds ago, March the 30th, the year 1029, 1030 now, I said volume icon is back in. So that's the configuration, that's the application, and this application is out again for the next ArcoLinux B. And you decide what tool you want. Personally, I'm a Ctrl-Alt-U guy, right? Ctrl-Alt-U is basically a simple PAVU control thing. And let's make this a little bit smaller like this. Voila. It has everything I need to set my sound. So I'm more in there than I'm up here inside these buttons. Voila. Git clone, git pull, super important. Time to test, right? So we know something. The wallpaper needs to be changed. Alt-N. By better. Super F7. Can we add? Sometimes I can add some templates that I have already there, but it's not here. So let's do it from scratch. It's so interesting to see it again from scratch. So I suggest you use a template. So set it up once, use it a trillion of times. Let's do Windows. No, maybe not. All right. Let's do Linux. That's a better idea. And all the way up, ArcoLinux 64-bit. All right, that's the template. Next. This is the amount I get. 8 is good for me. 50-50. CPUs 8, 50-50. Enable UEFI, yes, because the systems you buy today, right, are UEFI. So let's do that one. Next. The disk. We just made a tutorial only yesterday. Ctrl-Alt-G, let's include it in the video. Chromium is not installed. F12 sudo pacman -s chromium. Right, go get it. And Vivaldi is missing. Vivaldi, go get it. GIMP is missing. GIMP, install it. All right, Ctrl-Alt-G. And then you say, let's have a look and at ArcoLinux. We've made a study yesterday. I've made a video about it. And from now on, we'll have a minimal installation requirements. 2 GB CPU, 2 GB minimum RAM, 4/8 recommended. Higher, the better, right? Minimum disk space, 1520 recommended, 2030. The higher, the better. I have a 2 TB SSD for my ISO builder. So we have something there to guide you. So basically I'm doing this here. That's why I went there to tell you disk size. What's the size you want to have, right? In gigabytes, I always take around 30. Certainly if your intent is to start Calamaris Advanced and then say install this, and there is a lot to install, you'll run out of disk space. So that's that. Next. And yep, finish. Now we go back in. Advanced, this doesn't work at the moment until somebody tells me it is working. I will not test it out. I will not use it. This one is interesting. Display all the way up. VM SVJ, this is now the latest default. We're on VirtualBox 7.0. Used to be this, used to be that in all the videos. Now, today, look at the date up there, right screen there, right top. That's the one you need. Don't need that, and all the rest is okay. Storage is okay. Audio, don't want audio in your VirtualBox. Disable it. And for the tiling window manager guys, show them full screen off. Here it doesn't have, and there's no issue. So then you clone. If you got everything set up, I'm gonna call it an B, and then, well, actually it's an XS, and then Xanmod, and then CHDWM, right? Let's make this a little bit bigger. You can drag these things. How was it again? Dragging, that's the Alt button. Then you go to the corner. No need to press any key binding, just the corner. It's always different everywhere. Optical drive, choose a disk file. Where is it? ArcoLinux out. Here, go. And then we launch it. So we make this bigger. This one can go underneath. Let's just arrow up, arrow down. So we've got the time. You go to Control, right, Control F, and everything turns, well, full screen and also black. That's for NVIDIA cards, the latest, the newest. That's for if the two of them fail. And this is for everything else, Intel, AMD, open source. Virtual machine, VirtualBox, virtual VMware, QEMU, boxes, anything virtual. Line 1. Let's see what's gonna happen. Now, there will be things in here that you see, I've never seen this before, neither have I, right? It's Xanmod, and Xanmod is a little bit different in throwing messages at us. They all are actually, hardened and that's the line you want to see, right? SDDM. We've made the decision to make it easy for users. XFCE, everybody knows XFCE. Or Mate, or Cinnamon, or Plasma, or GNOME, right? These are well-known desktops. And it's decision time. Either you're offline or you're online. You want to install more. That's up to you, right? Just take the online version here, which in this case will not provide any more updates because, hey, the ISO was built 5 minutes ago. But if you're having an old machine, an older ISO, right, then yes, the updates come in. There's no need for any of these. So we just actually just go click, 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 right? There's nothing I like on a virtual machine except maybe some of these things. Brussels, Belgian, next, partitioning, yes, no, choose one of the 4, and off we go. Nope, that's not it. Voila. So the first stages will kick off, like mounting and all that, and it's gonna resync, so rsync, man rsync, and then you know what it is. And it has a bunch of code behind it to tell what it should do. We wait and pause the video. All right, let's restart. What do we get? Beautiful grub, right? You got a lot of grub for making this so visually appealing. Then we got Xanmod. There's a set font thing there. Quickly gone. That's normally set, but who knows? Xanmod, right? How to start? We don't want to see you, but have a look. Install software, launch ArcoLinux 3 tool, updated, and all kind of information about the project. Quit. Control T. ISO. We're on a rolling ISO of ArcoLinuxS-Xanmod, but we did our thing with it. XD. We have both of them. So I was saying that we have two XFCE and CHDWM. Now, as I want to have the default CHDWM, the reflex should be on your end is NSDDMK, right? So check out our aliases, please do. The session I want is CHDWM, thank you very much. Control X, yes, enter, sudo reboot. So, do you need the ArcoLinux tweak tool? No, of course not. All you need is knowledge. That's all you need. You don't need GUIs and tools and all that to be master of your operating system, so to speak. No, no need for it. Now, Alt-N varieties here. Super C, Conky. I got it, right? Super C, Conky gone. Now, var is existing here as well. Remember, we did it in our system, open box, but Alt-N, it's everywhere. And yes, it's of course my setup, and they can be beautiful, these wallpapers, but they're random. They're coming from Wallhaven. So now we're on VMware SVGA2 adapter, and we have CHDWM. It's a fork of DWM, and we have Xanmod. And basically, I'm a happy guy, right? I have what I need is now in front of me. So that gives me the pleasure to say we could round off, but there's one more thing I could add, which will be, so this is video 2.3 or 2-3, and the next video could be, Super F, sorry, not Super F, but Super D. This is what I got. Take a look at it. There are hardly any applications. You might think that's a lot, but it's not a lot. That's just the one browser. There is, in the meantime, not Sublime Text, I think. Nope, no Sublime Text here, no code, no nothing. So the next video will be getting software in. All right.